So the next problem we have is, oh, sorry, AI not being able to reach you when you're in the air. So see, when I jump up really high, they stop moving. This can also be the case if I'm, say, here or higher. They have this idea that they can't reach you, so they stop, they give up, they stop trying. Now, in this case, if I'm up here, it's because there's no navigation here, so they have no clue where to go. So you'd have to add navigation there, and then they'll try. But this is really frustrating. You shouldn't have AI stop moving every time you jump into the air. So I'll show you a fix that I found online, and I'll show one that I'm not a big a fan of. There's one that you can do in here that I'm not as big a fan of, and that's random point get reachable point in FRadius, because then you have to do this as a origin, and then you have to set a radius, but you have to set a bigger radius, and then they'll go to random locations, and then you have to set up rules and branches and selects. I think that has a lot of that can go wrong very quickly. That's one of the answers I saw online. The answer I did like, and I did not know anything about until I read about it, was this. If you go to settings, project settings, and then to navigation system, yeah, under agents you click the add element, and then you can do default query extent, and default is set to 250, and I'm gonna set it to 1000. You want to set it as close to the appropriate value for your game. So the higher you jump, the higher this value, basically. And the way I understand this is the AI gets tasks, right? You tell them to go places. It's like, go to this location. And then there's this acceptance radius. So basically it can't go exactly on top of this cube, but if it's here, it will already be successful. And that's also what this does. So this determines if it's reachable. So if this were 400 units in the air, by default, the AI would not know what to do, so they wouldn't even try and move there. But now we set this max height to 1000, or the extent to 1000, and now they'll look for a point close to it, because it's not higher than 1000. So they'll walk here, and because it's lower than 1000, they'll be able to quote-unquote reach it. So I hope that makes sense. So now when we try and we jump, we're too high for them to reach us, but they'll look for our location on the floor, as close as possible to our character, and they won't stop chasing ever. So that's pretty cool, and I hope that answers the question. So settings, project settings, navigation system, default query extent. Now if you get unwanted damage, so say say I'm on top of them and they still damage me, that's possible because they're still actively acting, then you can add a trace before they apply damage to see if the character is actually in front of the AI. Alright, I hope that answered the question. Good luck with your projects.